If you make them dislike you, they will dislike you throughout the case. If they dislike your client, they're going to dislike your client throughout the case, and they're going to rule against your client. Well, most of the time, your case is over when you pick the jury. There's a man who has spoiled his children. Most children are never going to pay back their parents. They think parents are an ATM machine. Brooklyn Jeff, I'm going to be watching some videos about law. I actually have knowledge of the law. So let me see if I can see what kind of cases they are, what kind of decisions were rendered, and what my opinion is of them.
I tried a case a couple weeks ago, and during jury selection, she ended up being a juror, one of our key jurors. They asked this, defense lawyer, who hates corporations? This one girl raises her hand. She's like, I'm not gonna say it's like a corporation thing. She's like, I just gotta tell you my observations. She's like, when I look, we're all the jurors, we're out in the hall, we're just like waiting to be called and stuff. And she's like, this side of the table, she points to all of us. She goes, you guys seem very close. You guys are hugging each other. You're like in sync. She's like, I look at you guys, and it's very like corporate and cold. And I was like, and you could feel like the whole juror, yes. Oh God, all the jurors are kind of like shaking their head because it was weird what was going on over there. And I was like, yeah, you nailed it.
Perfect. Say more. Please say more.
Well,
and I was like, but can you still like be fair to them? She's like, I can be fair.
You know what I think this is about? When you select a jury and the jury is observing you and watching what you're doing, you have to be aware that they do not usually like cold corporate defendants. They prefer human beings, real people. If you want to win a case, if you're a sympathetic plaintiff or a sympathetic defendant, you're probably more likely to win. So if they see you as a cold-hearted or cold individual or corporation, there's a good chance that you could lose that case based upon that. So I suggest if you have that feeling that jurors are looking at you guys like you're cold-hearted, or you're a big insurance company or a big corporation, you're going to have a hard time persuading them not to award damages against you if they don't feel any sympathy for you.
Pay $855 fine to court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $360 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that?
I can pay that today.
Is that your money or mom and dad?
Not my money.
It's not your money. How old are you?
20.
20?
Yeah.
That's because you don't have any. Right?
He is working, man.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't have money. I got one of those at home. They don't have money. It can be paid today?
Yeah.
And you're going to thank your parents for that?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to pay them back?
Yeah.
That was the most honest answer I've ever heard a kid give.
Well,
usually they sit up here and go, yeah, and mom and dad, they're never going to say that. But that's okay.
Well, here's a man who's spoiled his children. Their respect for their parents is only as far as they can get things from their parents. They use their parents. And then when the parents are older and they pass away, or they're sick and sickly, or they don't have their parents anymore, they realize how much they appreciate their parents. But when you're young, you don't appreciate your parents. So paying a child's legal fees or court fees or whatever, sometimes they appreciate it and they change, but overall it's not a good sign. It's just a bad sign. He's 20 years old, he can't make his own money and pay his own bills. But I understand parents don't want their kids in jail, so I'll go with the parents this time, but you got to teach your kids responsibility in life.
Let's go with what happened in the case.
But honey, oh my God, I'm sorry. That I don't know what to say to that. I apologize.
Okay, go ahead.
The
Look,
question here
this
is what
problem
happened.
number one. You got to always be careful when you're in front of a judge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Honey just will get you, the judge to rule against you a lot, most likely. Now, you apologize to a judge and you say, I'm sorry, it was a slip of the tongue or whatever, and you're sincere about it, you can probably survive that. It's not a giant mistake, and people from my generation call a lot of people honey. It's not necessarily an insult, but when somebody is wearing a robe, you better say Your Honor. Even if they rule against you and destroy you, financially cripple you, you better just say, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. And so I don't like that mistake. I don't know what happened to the case, but it's not a good start. So,
Your Honor, Can I get extra time? I have ADHD. Is it weird that guy over there's kind of hot? He's trying to get me the death penalty. Look, objection. It's giving speculation. Oh my god, you ate that up. Wait, really? Do you think so? Yes, it's giving lawyer. Oh my god, period. Can we please turn up the mother AC in here, please? Like, why do we even have to
This is all bullshit. This is
It's
all
hot.
bullshit.
It's hot.
It's complete bullshit. When you're in a courtroom and you start acting up, it's over. That judge don't take any shit from anybody. So anytime you think you're a big shot or you want to mouth off to a judge or you want to say stupid shit like it's too hot in here or whatever, you can say it in a respectful manner. But if you start going off on a judge or in a courtroom, just your case is over. You lost. And you'll get sanctioned, reprimanded, you'll get thrown out of court. Don't do it. Okay, you have to realize that the judge is in control of the courtroom and the judge wants to be fair, but if you make them dislike you, they will dislike you throughout the case. If they dislike your client, they're going to dislike your client throughout the case and they're going to rule against your client. That doesn't mean you don't even have a good case. You might have a good case, but you can't create hatred between a person. And you know what? I learned a lot about life and juries and things about in court just by the way people act. And one of the best trial lawyers in California used to say, some of your cases are over, or most of the time your case is over when you pick the jury. So if you make a mistake and you pick people who are prejudiced, who have bias against your client or your matter, you're going to lose. And you're not going to be able to overcome the biases. Just like any other bias in life, when somebody hates something or something about your client is distrustful, distasteful, you're going to lose. So you got to make sure that the jury you pick doesn't have these preconceived notions about your client or prejudice or bias towards them or your issues in your case. I never saw a judge wear an outfit like that.
You're freaking 18 years old and you already have 7 priors and you're on bond for aggravated assault?
Is this?
I'm not a criminal, sir, but
Really?
I'm not.
I've got a full head of hair. I've got flowing locks. I can braid my hair too. I mean, at some point we gotta say, you can't just continue to pick up cases and expect good results. Now is that time. And the thing about it is your bond is really, really low. All that needs to happen is someone pony up $250 to get you out. And you now know you don't have anyone to do that. You need to consider that next time you're out in the free world. If I don't have anyone to bond me out, what's gonna happen if I pick up a new case? You are stuck like Chuck. That's what's gonna happen. Mr. Barnes, I'm sorry, man. It ends today. Thank you.
I don't like the judge's outfit. I don't like the judge's look, but I think he was right. His decision was right. You have all these cases and all these things against you, buddy, and you need $250 and you have no one who's going to come and pay you $250 to get you out. You need to straighten up and fly right now. So I feel bad because I don't know. Would I have let him out? You know, the judge who recently died, Frank Caprio, I think his name was, he used to say, spread a little kindness. So I might have spread a little kindness in this matter and let the kid out for $250 and told him this is your last chance. If it ever happens again, I would sentence you to a year in jail no matter what. Maybe he would learn a lesson. You know, sometimes people need to reach this bitter end in life where they have nothing else, no one's going to help them, that they suddenly pick up and do it on their own. So it's possible he could have learned something in life here, but I don't know. This is a tough one. Did he make a bad decision? I don't think so. Could he have been more lenient? Probably, but I don't think he did anything wrong. Sorry.
I'm late.
You're my lawyer?
Bro, I got this. My client is innocent, no cap. This evidence is not giving. The whole case is high-key sus. We have receipts, Your Honor. Fabulous.
Let me get this straight. Everyone spilling the tea on your client is straight cap. Did I catch the vibe?
On God.
Then I have no choice but to rule. W's in the chat.
Yes!
What?
Translate to the boomer.
Not guilty.
I don't even understand it. This was like made way too complicated for me. Maybe you need a different lawyer because I don't know what they're doing here. So let's do it again because I have no idea. Not a clue. She's late to court. First of all, you're late to court, you're doomed. Judge will scream at you, meaning you better leave an hour and a half early for court, even if you got a 45-minute drive. So I don't like this. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late don't work. And papers in the air. I mean, man, the court is like real serious. You can't make one mistake in there. It's like your life is on the line there and you're walking in there with papers flying in the air. I don't think so. But let's go on. Law is not courtroom television. You can't just scream out and say, I've got evidence, this and that. Everything's got to be introduced in a certain manner. You can't just say, unless you got a really cool judge and you and the defense lawyer have an agreement that says that you can let everything in and you're going to allow all this evidence in without any objection, none of this would have happened. Plus, there's no defense lawyer. So I don't understand if this is a judge trial and you're by yourself without a lawyer.